Alright guys, my name is Chris. I'm a fourth year business student at Trent, and currently I'm working as an intern at ChoreNextDoor. And we are about to launch our winter and fall and the winter campaign in order to let more people know about us. I'm here with Ryan, and he's the founder of the ChoreNextDoor. And I also want to let you guys know that I've done this course before in the summer, and I've done the lecture project. And for me, the hardest part was to get in touch with the organization, the company you're going to be working with. And if you choose to work with us, you guys will have the full access of all the information we have. And I'm a Trent student myself, so I'm working with you guys as long as I don't have the class. And so for now, Ryan's going to tell you what's this all about.
All right. There's the intro.
Okay, so ChoreNextDoor. I'm going to tell you a story about an idea that was a result of an ice storm, a surf trip, Godzilla's in it. So you guys are going to want to pay attention. All right, so I'm first going to show you a picture of my grandparents. So this guy, this super stud right here on your left, is my grandfather, Kent. And this lovely lady on the right is my grandmother, Kelly. And if we go to the next slide, you'll see this is Kelly minus Kent. So sad news, my grandpa died, and it kind of rocked our family. Next slide. This is what their property looks like. So this is the field going up to the back. They've got 10 acres, 8 of which fields like this, 2 of which actively managed lawn. So 2 acres of lawn suddenly falls on my grandmother's lap. So let's go to the next slide. So this kind of thing happens in the summer. We get some pretty heavy windstorms. People probably remember some of these crazy storms we've had in Peterborough this year. This was the result on their property this year. Poplar tree fell over, and luckily for Grandma, next slide, her hero, her son, came to the rescue. This is my Uncle Greg taking care of business. There were 3 years that passed in the time between Grandpa dying and Uncle Greg being able to pick up the slack, in which this kind of thing took weeks before myself or my family members could come out to the property and deal with it. So picture Grandma as a rat walking around her yard that's just falling apart. So I'm going to tell you a story about, next slide, the fact that winter's coming. So we think, yeah, summer, there's life, there's growth, there's, all kinds of chores that need to happen. Winter can also be ultra tragic for Peterborough's elderly in general in this area. And next slide. This is what it can look like. So this is my grandma's car. This is 2 years ago. And this is a snowstorm. So Grandma's living at home alone, and this is what she looks out her window to. Not the best for the day's plans, and grocery-wise, that could be a challenge. Next slide. Luckily, she's got friends. She's got, the city, and they have this plow, and the plow service on the left will take care of the roads. Her friend Dan, who lives a couple doors down, happens to have a tractor. So my grandma's in a lucky position there. She's got some backup. Doesn't always work out. Sometimes the snow smashes the mailbox, and this is the result of just a routine plow in the winter. So things are just naturally falling apart at all times on a property of that size. Next slide. Do we remember the ice storm? I think it was 2013. Knocked power out for certain areas. So my grandma was one of these houses that was without power for 3 days. These are pine cones, and there's a fist worth of ice on the pine cone as well. Next slide. This is what the property looked like. These are trees that are down. Not really all this recognizable from a landscaping point of view. This looks like a lot of work. Next slide. Winter sucked that year. I lived in my grandma's house for 3 days. My brother and I had to get her generator going. That was its own struggle because it hadn't been started in years. It took 2 grown men all of their strength to move it inside for the generator to warm up and for us to be able to start it to get her power on day 3. So this is my grandma. She's got grandkids. She's got some backup. There's still this enormous need for all of these grandmas out there whose grandkids can't come to the rescue. What did I do when winter sucked? Next slide. We bailed out. My friends and I just said, okay, ice storm sucks. We helped Grandma. Let's go down to Ecuador. Next slide. So I started surfing. I spent the winter surfing, and the nice thing about surfing is that you get a lot of time to yourself. You don't have your phone, you don't have your emails, you're not like cockroach stomping all of these tasks that are always coming at you all day. You've got a wave, a board, and hopefully no sharks. So while I was surfing, I started to get these emotional back burner ideas come back to the surface and begin to digest in my frontal cortex and produce some ideas. And one of the ideas was this image in my mind of how to solve grandma's problems from a tech standpoint. Being a web designer, I thought there's got to be a way that I can, with decent scale, I can take care of some of these issues for some of these seniors in town. Next slide. This is what was in my head. So now we've got an aerial view of Peterborough from like a Google Maps driven piece of technology. And in my mind, I thought, what if we could just show people where there are jobs that need to be done? So these are the red thumbtacks that are indicating the jobs that need to be done. So a senior could go on here, fill in a simple form, and for example, Len here is able to say that he needs just general yard cleanup. He needs like leaves to be raked and sweeping. The green pins are all workers. So as a senior, Len can also jump on and go, hey, look at all these workers in town. This one lives right like in my backyard essentially. This one's just down the street. There's all this choice. There's suddenly resources and options for this person to come and like kind of get surrogate children. Drop of a hat. Next slide. So this is Peterborough. We know that Peterborough has a lot of seniors. We also know that Peterborough has an unemployment problem. We are currently trying to battle that with a double-edged sword of rescuing the helpless and fighting unemployment. You, if you choose to sign up with us, will be Jon Snow. And your quest, should you choose to accept it, will be to raise an army of homeowners and workers and to battle yard work and unemployment. Thank you. I think I stuck it to 10 minutes too. Yeah, thanks, bud.